Hello, sister friends. My name is Jenny, and this is Senior Perspective, and I am about to review the absolute best episode that I have seen in many, many years on Sister Wives. Let's talk about it. This was good. I'm telling you, I am so happy to do this review. I'm beyond. It's late. It's 11:30 at night. We're just getting started, so it'll probably be about 2:30 in the morning when I end, and I don't care. Let's go! I am happy. All right, we're just going to go through it. We're going to go through it chronologically through the whole episode. Good stuff. Lots of stuff to talk about. Okay, it opens up in Cedar City, Utah. One of the sister friends this evening as we were watching it said, why? Why are they meeting in Cedar City? And I realized, I actually wrote it down, but I forgot to talk about it during the commercial break. I realized that Cody doesn't have the balls to meet any of his ex-wives in their cities. Everything has to be neutral ground. He has to make them travel to see him. He will fly all the way across the country to the East Coast. But then that's it. Meet me in the city where I landed. He had to meet Christine in Vegas. And now he's meeting Meri in Cedar City. And let me also just point out that Janelle got a very nice restaurant to eat at. And Christine had a very nice restaurant to eat at. Ooh, the steakhouse. Private room in the steakhouse. And he ate his steak. Meri got a picnic table outside. So Meri came in with some attitude, and she didn't even know that the other wives had the nice dinners. Not that she wanted a nice dinner with him, but clearly he wanted to be able to run away if he needed to. And oh, he did at the very end, didn't he? Little boy had to go pee-pee. Okay, I'm worked up. I'm so excited. All right, so we start off with Cody leaning against his white convertible car. This is probably convertible white car number 5 since Sister Wives began. Still looks very girly, and he's got the girly curls going. Not a good look. It is clear to me he had the top down on his way there. Looking rough, looking really rough. And his face is getting puffier again. So I think that there's a significant period of time between when he met with Christine and when he is meeting with Meri. I wonder how long it is. I'd love to know the time difference between there. And then Cody starts off letting everybody know why he's there. Why? Apologize. Okay, for this video only, we are going to go ahead and we might have experience. I know we've had at least 2 experiences in there from Meri. There had to have been one from Cody as well. But our new drinking word, again, it doesn't have to be alcohol. Mine's not alcohol. It is apologize, because I'm mean that way. Let's go. Cody, why are you here in Cedar City? Do tell.
I'm here to apologize.
Drink.
I'm so sick of the word apologize. I really am. Meri's completely sick of it. She didn't have to listen to the last 3 episodes that we listened to of him saying apologize, 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 apologize. Sterile, fake apology. Zero sincerity in there. So it opened up and I laughed out loud when I heard him say this. He's very surprised that Meri agreed to meet with him. And here's his strategy and his plan for a successful meeting.
But, as long as I don't talk bad about Jen, I think I'm going to be okay.
Interesting, right? He's very much aware that his disparaging remarks against Jen and other friends is what made Meri upset. And yet, when he was back in Vegas, he told Brian a big fat lie. Because he told Brian, I don't know what's up with Meri. Everything was great with us when we left after I moved her. Now, no say, no idea. Such a liar. He's such a liar. There's another thing here where he just did a full out lie. I can't remember what it is, but we'll get to it. I'll point it out when we get there. I mean, really, let's face it. Every other sentence out of his mouth is practically a lie. There's no sincerity at all in this apology, just like there hasn't been for the other ones. He just approaches it differently. He's haughty, he's arrogant, and he's condescending. Now, he was condescending with Christine and really with Janelle too. Let's face it, it's just the way he talks, like you're in kindergarten, okay? And he's the teacher, okay? Do you understand? Oh, it gets on my nerves. Let's go on. I'm talking too much already. We're like 10 seconds in. I find it interesting. I'm surprised he doesn't have a full-on crucifix around his neck because his crosses around his neck keep getting bigger and bigger with each wife. This one's like 1.5 inches, bright blue, sparkly, to match his very tight, doesn't fit him well at all suit, short in the sleeves, snug, barely closes. He's got a Baby Gap blazer to match his Baby Gap polos. Okay, so Kody goes on to explain to the camera. Now, he told Brian he had no idea why Meri and he weren't talking. But now he's telling the camera, well, Meri and I aren't talking because, well, we separated and we said we were going to be kind to each other. And the next thing I know, her friends are trashing me. Her friends.
Who cares?
So, God, he's so fragile.
And the next thing I see is her friends just trashing me. And so I got right in her face.
If you're over Meri, then you shouldn't care what Meri says about you. Because that's what you tell everyone else. Well, you're talking about me, so you're not over me. Well, he's clearly not over Meri. Clearly. He should care less. And it's not even Meri that's saying these things. It's her friends. Fragile little boy, this Kody Brown. So then he says he got right in Meri's face. Of course, he hasn't seen her in person since they've made this agreement they were going to be kind to each other. So how did he get right in her face? On the phone. Over dramatic phone motion.
On the phone, but I was like,
Activate again. I think this is the 4th time that I can recall off the top of my head. That'd be a fun little montage for me to go back and put together, right? Every time Kody uses his phone. I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood. Here we go. Moving on.
you need to have your friends shut their mouths. And I berated her friends. And I think she took that really, really personal.
Oh, you said what? And you just told Brian you have no idea why she's upset with you. He's such a liar. He is such a liar. Do you think that maybe that would have upset her? Do you think so? He knows damn well Meri's friends are her everything. She has one child. The child lives states away. The family doesn't really connect with her. Her quote-unquote best friend of Robin has ignored her for the past 5 years. But Jen has been her ride or die. And she has other friends who've been there for her. And so they're like her family. They are family to her. He seems surprised. See, this goes to show again how either he's completely lying, which could be because it's Kody Brown. And again, every other sentence is a lie. Or he's that socially unaware. And that's very likely too. I think that's what it is. Clueless. He cannot pick up on social cues. Everything's about him. He cannot understand other people's emotions and feelings. And I don't think he cares. But he cares a little bit right now because it's affecting his perception of other people of him. And he needs to have all 3 wives' apologies go well so he can tell Robin, check, 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 done, done, done. I've apologized to all the wives. I'm good now. Wash my hands of it. Now it's their responsibility to see to it that the kids come apologize to me. See, he thinks he has bad relationships with his kids because he has discord with his wives. Nothing could be further from the truth. They all have personal offenses that he's done or said to them, or they take personal offense at something that was said or done to one of their siblings. It has nothing to do with the wives. They could care less if their mom was married or not married to him. But he's just that dumb.
He's dumb.
Before we get the privilege of the picnic table lunch, where each of them brought their own water bottles, and that's all that was there, we jumped to North Carolina, where in the backyard we have Janelle and Maddie. And they're just kind of putzing around in the garden in the back of the house. Looks like they have lots of different kinds of vegetables that they're growing out there. At any rate, this is the preview that we saw where Janelle tells Maddie, staged of course, Maddie already knows this, but they're going through the motions. I am going to go get a release. Maddie's like, why do you want to do that? Janelle says, I need that closure. I saw our marriage as a real marriage. And I feel like I need this to feel like I've officially divorced him and moved on. And then Maddie says, what if they won't grant you the release? And Janelle simply says, I'm fine with that. I've done everything I need to do. Done. Yes, I think it's all good. And it was really good to see Maddie out there with their baby in the little papoose holding carrier. It's just, I love the kids and I love the grandkids. Most of them anyway. Let's go on. And then we get to one of my favorite lines in this little scene here. And that's when Meri refers to her dad as Cody. Now, we've heard it before. We heard it at Garrison's funeral when they were back at the house and she was talking with Leon, but it just slips off her tongue. It is clear that in all conversations that she has about Cody, he is Cody and only Cody to her.
Does Cody know you're gonna ask for one?
Yeah, I told him.
You told him?
He didn't really care. He was like, well, they're going to tell you can't marry outside of the faith or whatever. And I'm like, that's fine.
It's a degrading dig at Cody, and I think it's going to drive him nuts, and that's what makes me happy about it. I'm never happy for a family to be broken up, really, but she is reacting to his behavior, and he needs to learn there's consequences for his behavior because he has gotten away with so much in his life. We've watched it for the past 15 years. So yeah, she calls him Cody because he doesn't act like a dad to her, and he doesn't act like a grandpa to her kids. So he's Cody. This is very important here because here Janelle specifically says to Maddie, yes, indeed, Cody does know. I've talked to him about it, and he didn't really care. But she goes on to explain, he said to her, they're not going to let you marry outside of your faith. Now, why would he need to say that to her? Because that has no bearing on him. Whether she gets a release or doesn't get a release, it has no bearing on him. He's just trying to prevent her. He's trying to do all he can to control and manipulate her still. Well, what's the point of doing it? You don't need to go. You're not part of the faith anymore. Well, why do you need to go there? The church isn't going to release you from marrying somebody else outside of our faith. That's very important that they put that in there, because now we cut to Cody straight up lying. Yes, he is lying to us right here. Get ready for it. Here we go.
Janelle may have told me that she was going to ask for a release. I don't remember.
That's a lie.
She may have told me. I don't remember it. Right. He suddenly doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember that the ex-wife, the one that he really liked out of the three, told him, I'm going to get a release. Yeah. No. And I'm almost positive, correct me if I'm wrong down below, but I'm almost positive in the last episode or the one before it, Janelle also mentioned that she talked to Cody. Like, I think it was when she was talking to Meri. She said, Meri wanted to know if Cody knew, and she said, yeah. And she said the same thing. He didn't care. But I thought at that point is when he said, we're not part of the faith anymore. So why? Right? Am I remembering that incorrectly? I could be. Right down below.
I don't remember. It's just not something I'm tracking.
That's a Robin word, tracking. I'm not tracking it. He's been using that a lot lately too. New vocabulary he has. Sadly, it makes him look more dumb instead of more intelligent.
One thing that is an issue that I know is that I'm not allowed to ask for one.
That's a lie.
Okay. Another lie. How do I know it's a lie? Again, notes to self 444 way back last year when Meri got the release said, it is incorrect that Cody's saying he cannot go ask for a release. That absolutely men can ask for releases if there's justifiable reason. See, Cody had zero justifiable reason. The women were still serving him. They were still feeding him. They were still sleeping with him. If he would with them, they were still cooking for him. They were still planning his life. They were still organizing for him, everything. They were bringing money into the family for him. So how could he possibly go to the leaders of the AUB faith and say, I want a release from that one? Because what? I just don't like her anymore? The AUB would be like, she seems pretty good to you. What's your problem? You chose her. Do better. He doesn't want to do that. So he outright lies here. I can't go. Okay. The prophet of the AUB's daughter said otherwise and called you out as a liar last year for saying that. So what's the next thing he's going to say?
So if a ex-wife calls me a coward for not going to the leaders and asking for a release, it's because I did.
That's a lie.
Oh, we are doubling down on the lie here. Double. Does anybody think, I mean, I would put a lot of money on this. Does anybody think he actually went to the leaders? There is no way. Because he was mad at Meri for going to the leaders. Meri told him, come along. You should be there too. You should be able to speak your piece. And he's like, nah, I wasn't going to do it. But I know I was right. And I know that if I would have gone, she wouldn't have gotten that release. Just lies, 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 lies. So here's opportunity number 2. I can't wait to find out more in next week's episode. I would love it if Janelle came right out and said, I contacted him and told him the day and time, but he didn't show up. I know Meri did. Janelle might not even care about him. Oh yeah, I didn't think to contact Cody. I would love to know what the process is when they get there. Do the leaders of the AUB try to contact Kody at that time to get his side of the story?
And they said, no, you can't ask for one.
That's a lie.
Oh, he's tripling down. Not only did they say no, they said you can't ask for one. Melanie said that's untrue. Men can. I'm just dying to know, what are the grounds that he tried to get a release from his wives for? I just don't love him anymore. Well, then you should have never gone into polygamy. You're a fool. He's got the nerve to sit here and smile. You can see how uncomfortable it is. It's written all over his body that he's just lying. That uncomfortable laugh, like, I don't know, they said this. Don't cross-reference and verify, please. They might say something a little different than what I said right here in this couch interview.
It's like it could be a dogma of the religion. I have no idea.
This man who elicits the name of God right and left and every which way is now saying, I don't know why they told me I couldn't. It might be just, part of the dogma of the religion. I have no idea. Right, Kody. You drove all the way up there from Flagstaff, 5 hours or more to talk to them, asked for a release. They said no, and you have no idea why. No idea. It is such a blatant lie. One of two things are true. The whole story is made up, which is what I think is the case. Or two, he actually went there and they told him why. He has a very good idea. Do you think for a second that they said, nope, you can't have one, and we're not going to tell you why? No. But that never happened. Face it never happened. He's just Gosh, he lies so much. It slips out of his mouth like just everyday speech for him. This is a great episode of just proving and showing all the lies of Kody Brown. And I have to say, I'm a monkey fan again.
I love monkeys.
Puddle monkey. Puddle monkey, where'd you go? Can't find my monkey. I may have thrown him after the last video. Here you are. I'm sorry that I was so mean to you. This is Puddle Monkey, everybody. And he did a really good job producing this episode. That was a very good cut. Was this the second or third time this episode that he's a liar? I don't know, because I just got finished watching it live with all the sister friends, and we called him out as a liar so many times that it's all becoming a blur to me already. Let's move on. Back to Cedar City, Utah, everybody. My new favorite city. Kody is sitting with his curls and his very tight jacket, leaning against his white convertible. Very manly. I'll show you a picture. Okay, we're starting off with awkwardness. Again, Kody, social graces, gone. Never had them, still doesn't.
Hey, Meri. How are you?
I'm thriving.
Thriving. Good. Well,
How are you?
hey, listen, nothing but goodwill here. Do you want a hug or you want a shake?
A hug or a shake? I just, in this moment, wish Meri would have said, neither. Let's see how the conversation goes. But she was caught off guard so much because the last time she saw him was at Coyote Pass and he didn't say hello or goodbye. She claims she kept trying to make eye contact. He claims he kept trying to make eye contact. I know, personal bias, maybe, but I believe Meri, not Kody. I wonder why. This episode alone. How many lies have there been? We are only 5 minutes into the episode. It is so awkward to see him like that. And it's really, this is the beginning of his manipulation, again, that he's used to doing. Let me give you a choice. It's like what I did with my kids when they were small. I knew they didn't want to eat the vegetables, so I prepared 2 green vegetables. Which one do you want to eat today? The peas or the green beans? That's your choice. Which one? That's what he's doing here. Do you want the hug or the handshake? And I know she's like thinking, I don't want to touch you. I don't know what's happening here. She gives him sort of a side huggish greeting, which I wish you wouldn't have done. I wish you'd have gone in and shaken his hand because that would have been, we need to be a step further away. I wish she wouldn't have picked one of the two. But if she would have picked one of the two, I wish she would have gone with the handshake. But, all right, whatever. Those are just my wishes on how it could have gone. Let's continue. So this is right where Meri starts. They're still in the parking lot. They haven't made it over to the picnic table yet. And Meri is going to speak truth. Let me tell you, this is the Meri speaking truth episode, and it's amazing. So she's starting off right from the beginning. I don't know how to react to you because you didn't speak to me last time we saw each other. Fact. I mean, maybe she didn't speak to him either, but it's still a fact that he's the one now saying, Do you want a hug or a handshake? That's what he's coming in with. And she's like, but you didn't speak to me. So why are either one? How about just hello and we start talking?
I don't know, Cody. The last time I saw you, you completely ignored me, so I don't know.
I like that she was disarming right away. He said in the last episode, I'm going to go in and I am just going to push forth my agenda and I'm going to say sorry no matter what. And I'm just going to apologize and I'm not going to get my feathers ruffled. I'm going to stay cool the entire time. So in order to do that, for Cody to do that, he has to talk like this, like she's in kindergarten and he's the teacher.
You completely ignored me, so I don't know.
I'm sorry, Meri.
The most disingenuous voice ever. Like it completely negates the words I'm sorry. It's awful.
I felt like you didn't even make eye contact, so.
I only tried to make eye contact.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, remember when he said, all I'm going to do is apologize? If she comes in with any digs, I'm going to say, I deserve that. I deserve that too. Oh, first opportunity. She said, you didn't even look at me. And he's like, I think you didn't look at me. Boom. Right from jump, they're still in the parking lot and he's already not following his plan of, I'm going to take accountability and apologize for everything, whether I feel like I deserve it or not. And if she throws any daggers at me, I'm going to say, I deserve that. Out the window. He's turning around, blaming her too. This is the real Kody Brown. It's so interesting to see this manipulative, fake, I'm acting like such a nice guy who's going to apologize, mixed in with the real Kody Brown who keeps sneaking out. And here's the first instance of that. Well, you didn't speak to me. Why does his suit coat look like Mr. Rogers' sweater? Doesn't it? Is it made out of felt? I think it is. It's a very weird fabric. It looks very hot and heavy. Do believe this is summertime. People in the background are wearing shorts and t-shirts. Meri has short sleeves. They're both tan. And he's wearing this felt-like, ill-fitted, heavy blazer. He must smell awful. Moving on. Kody is trying to have conversation now with her. He's trying to have conversation. He's also trying to collect intel. Let's face it. He hates being out of the loop. Now, he probably has one child of Janelle and one child of Christine who he can talk to on the phone and find out information about people. But he doesn't have anybody to gather information on Meri because he doesn't talk to Leon. Leon made that clear. I should post that here. When he said he's reaching out to all his kids, Leon posted on social media otherwise. I'll find it. So yeah, he has no way of finding anything out, so he's going to do it right here.
Life is good. How about you?
Details? What are your good things?
You know what?
And Meri's not having it. She's like, I don't need to tell him anything that I don't want to tell him.
I appreciate that you are curious,
I'm
but we're
friendly.
not in. We haven't had that kind of relationship to tell you all my deep dark secrets.
This is more about friendly.
I think he's couching it in, I'm just trying to have conversation here, but I don't think that's what it is. I really don't. What do you think? Okay, here's our first instance of interrupting cow. I have taken the jewels off a sacred cow. It's no longer sacred cow because he doesn't interact with the OG3 anymore. So there's no opportunity to use sacred cow. So sacred cow is now interrupting cow. You all know where that came from, right? The joke. What did the interrupting cow say? And then as the other person says, I don't know what, like as soon as they start talking, you go moo and you interrupt them. You know what? It might not be a joke that you international viewers know about. So that's where interrupting cow comes from. It's a joke from when you're like in elementary school. Okay, so we have interrupting cow. And here's the first instance. So she's in the middle of talking. He interrupts her. It's a controlling technique is what it is. An attempt to control anyway. Meri's not going to be controlled in this conversation. I'm here for it. Kody, next sentences contradict themselves. He basically says, I'm just trying to be friendly here, followed by, I'm not trying to be your friend.
This is more about friendly.
Yes,
I'm
but we're
friendly.
not in.
I don't
We've
expect
tried-
you to be my friend.
Follow the bouncing ball, people. Follow the bouncing ball.
Well, I've tried, and I've wanted that. We said that we were going to do that.
Thank you, Meri, for setting him straight. Because in all his talking couch interviews, he can say, I did that. I did that. I did that. He can even do it with Janelle and Christine. But Meri's like, but I don't feel like you did, Kody. I like it. And now here's the first instance where Meri says how she's feeling about something. And Kody cuts her off and says, I don't want to argue.
Yeah, I agreed to that, and I did that.
I did not feel that you did that.
Well, I don't want to argue.
Okay.
I'm here for a whole different reason.
Okay.
It's not an argument. She just said how she felt. But do you understand? Kody cannot handle anything that's not in agreement with him. And Christine and Janelle were in complete agreement with him throughout those entire dinners that he had with them. David confronted him by bringing up the children. And Kody got all red and combative, and well, maybe combative is a little extreme, but argumentative with David and condescending and rude. Yeah, all of that was towards David because David stuck up for Christine since Christine wasn't able to. Now here, Meri's sticking up for herself. Kody's not happy. Well, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to argue. Your feelings is an argument to me because your feelings, according to him, trigger him. Truth triggers Kody. We have, again, thank you, Puddle Monkey, only one instance of Robin in this episode. Because her lying, I'm done with. And her repeating the same mantra of everything she said before. And here it is again. Her once again saying, Kody never told me anything about the other wives, although she knew lots of stuff about the other wives. It keeps trickling out.
Kody didn't talk a lot about his relationships to me. That was a private thing, like his relationship with each wife was private, but it's not that way anymore.
Lies, just lies.
It's a lie.
But just like she said in last week's episode or the episode before, she knew nothing about their relationships. But now she does because, you know, she's the only wife. So he's able to talk to her about it because they're not married to him anymore. That's the only reason why, right? She knows everything about everything and always has. Interesting comment, right? I need to know about everything. So either I have to be there or he has to tell me about it. But we have such a good marriage. He's going to tell me about it. So I don't think I need to be there. How about it has nothing to do with you, Robin? It's none of your business. That's why you don't need to be there. We have the dramatics of Kody. Kody College drama class applying his own techniques. Here we go.
Well, I still got the vibe that you're very sore.
I like how this began too. So Kody's blaming Meri. You're very sore. So you need to get over it. So I'm here to help you. How do I approach this? She has issues. That's how I'm going to approach it. And Meri comes back with the best response.
I'm very guarded because I don't know what this is all about or why.
That's so good. It's so good. She's protecting herself against his narcissistic techniques that he has employed to mind control them for decades. She's aware of it now. She is the only one, I think, who's in therapy. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if Janelle is. I'm going to say a little bit of Janelle because sometimes I think she says great things, but that last get together was rough. But Meri, she is in therapy, I think daily. She's made a lot of progress. And if it's all lip service and she doesn't mean any of it, I can't tell. I'm not a therapist. I can't dive that deep. All I know is she's saying all the right things here.
He is not.
And she's protecting herself from allowing him to control her again. And I love it. Meri says she doesn't understand what this is all about. And their last couple of interactions have not been great. Kody says,
And our last couple of interactions haven't been great.
No, they've been through lawyers.
And then this was really demeaning on him. He's working. He's saying this next stuff for the camera. He's saying it for all the viewers because he has not mentioned anything about the confidentiality agreement because he doesn't think Meri's going to bring it up because they have all kept his secrets for 15 years on the show Of course he thinks she's never going to mention it. He has no idea she's brought it up before and that we're all aware of it. He's pushing forth the narrative that Meri was really difficult and she wanted more land, more land, more land.
So, but you got all of your share of Coyote Pass.
You got your equal share. So you should just be happy, little missy. This condescending nature here just makes my stomach turn. I got what I deserved and I should be happy about that. And then he goes, you should be happy.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Okay.
You should be very happy.
Like he's treating her like such a child. He is treating her like a kindergarten child. And I'm so happy that she's not having it because I'm telling you, I can feel my blood pressure going up just rewatching this episode again. Unbelievable the way he's speaking down to her. I want to smack his face. And she just in silence stares at him. It's perfect.
I kept my promise, but I don't want to go for water under the bridge.
You don't want to go for water under the bridge? Yes. Water under the bridge means it's over and you've forgotten about it and you're moved on. Oh my God. This is the 5th time he's used that analogy incorrectly, completely opposite of how it's supposed to be used. He's just, it's like, it's poetic. He loves poetry, right? It's poetic. It is poetic how he continues to use this analogy completely wrong. The man of analogies. It's so good. I mean, honest to goodness, if you scripted it, it'd be like, well, nobody would do it that many times. I mean, maybe twice, but not 3, not 4, not 5. Kody Brown will. And then he did, just like he did with Christine, just like he did with Janelle, starting off with the most insincere voice ever. Incredible amount of affect. Dramatics, acting, insincere, mocking voice. I just want to say, I apologize.
Water under the bridge. I just want to start, or however you see it, just end. I apologize, Meri. Apologize for everything that has happened.
If anybody ever said that to you, you would never look at them and be like, oh, well, Janelle did. Christine kind of bought it too. Meri is looking at him like, I'm not buying what you're selling. Oh, I love it. She is responding, saying, acting, and looking at him like we all have been for the past 5 years. It's amazing. Oh, okay. So now we're going to go into the, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing it for you. It worked with Christine and Janelle. Well, it worked with Christine in the talking head interview. Christine came back and said, he doesn't need to do that. I don't need to be released. I don't need to work through anything. I'm not sorry. But she said nothing to Kody's face. Janelle just bought hook, line, and sinker. Oh, thank you. But Meri is looking at him like, I don't need you to complete me. I don't need you to forgive me. I don't need you to apologize to me. I don't need to be here, but I'm doing it for the show. Don't think you're doing me any favors, old man.
And I basically want you to be able to have a very happy and wonderful life.
I do have a very happy, wonderful life.
I'm glad you do.
Thank you.
That's good. That's a good thing. And that makes me feel...
You don't need
please.
to feel anything about it.
Condescending. He's going into this condescending nature of, oh, I'm glad that you're happy. That makes me feel like he has an onus of responsibility for Meri's happiness. This conversation is to release her, but since she said she's already happy, he's like, oh, good. I was so concerned. I was worried about, like, no. This is all about Kody. This is all about Kody and what Kody needs to do for Kody. He's not doing any of this for Meri, and she's picking up on that. After Meri sets him straight, he says, okay, and then says the exact same thing again with different words.
I don't need you to feel anything about any way that my life is going.
Okay. Well, I want you more than anything to just be able to move on.
I just want you to be able to move on. You just said that. And she said, I have, and I'm happy. But no, he's going to say it again.
He's always got an agenda.
But Meri doesn't let him go. She doesn't say, okay, thank you. She's like, I have. Thank you very much. And then Kody can't help himself. He brings up her friends. I'm just going to go. And if she says anything, right? Do you remember the Kody? No matter what she says, I'm going to say, I deserve that. It's not going to be confrontational. I'm going to control myself. Out of the blue, he brings up her friends.
I do. I am. I have.
The way your friends talk about me, that doesn't seem like it,
The
but
way-
I wanted you to be
okay.
able to do that.
You can stop right there.
Pause. If her friends say something that has nothing to do with Meri, Meri can have moved on and her friends can still want to defend her. They're mutually exclusive of each other. It's possible she's not moved on and they're going to defend her. It's also very possible that she has moved on and they're going to defend her. The latter is what's happened, I think, I hope. I think she has. Because at this point, she's already met Ron. Taller, more handsome, kinder, nicer. Everything Kody wants to be. So she's like, yeah, I upgraded 3 models up. I'm good. You don't need to do this. I'm over you.
Listen, this isn't a time for us to fight.
Who started it? He's got the nerve to say that. By her just saying, stop there. Oh, we're not going to fight. You brought it up, Kody. You initiated the conversation about the big fight that you guys have had in the past. So it's clearly a contentious energy about this topic. And he said he knew going into it, if I just don't mention Jen, I'll be fine. Well, brought her up right here.
He can't help himself.
He's so defensive. He does not like that she's happy and moved on.
I'm going to tell you this, Kody. I'm going to tell you this.
Because it'll just ruin.
No.
I'm just here to apologize,
No,
Meri,
I'm
not
going
to
to tell
argue
you
with
this,
you.
Kody.
Not
I'm
to-
going to tell you. You're not going to shut me down anymore.
My first mistake was ever saying that she did anything wrong.
No, your first mistake was showing up in the Baby Gap felt jacket, 2 sizes too small.
I don't need to win an argument,
That's a lie.
and I don't need validation here.
That's a lie.
And yet I'm triggering.
Lies. You always need to win an argument. And you always want validation. And you got it from Christine and Janelle. And we will go on to point out every other time that you interrupt Meri because you need to win and have the last word. You needed to have the last word with Christine too. She's like, we don't need to do this anymore. I'm fine. I'm happy. I've moved on. He interrupts. Interrupting cow. I'm fine too. I've moved on. I'm happy. Whoopee. Do you remember that? This is my last video.
And I'm like, oh, dude, just stay on point. Just apologize again.
I will do a separate video just talking about whether he has apologized at all, but he seems to think he's already apologized.
You know, it's hard to hate a person who said, I'm sorry 100 times.
Who is that?
I don't even know what he's talking about here. Who has said, I'm sorry 100 times? First of all, we haven't heard him say I'm sorry on any of these 4 episodes. Well, if you watch my bonus scenes episodes, you will see there was one time with Janelle, he did say I'm sorry. So watch that for a full recap. Everything that's been aired on the shows for the past 3 weeks. Yeah, for the past 3 weeks. And now so far, starting the 4th week, he's never said I'm sorry to her. But here he's saying in his couch interview, he said I'm sorry 100 times.
That's a lie.
He's distanced himself. He says, I apologize. They're very different in terms of contriteness and sincerity. Then we go to Utah where Christine and David are talking in their basement. They are going to renovate their basement. David's going to do all the work. Of course, he's a drywall. He can do that. And apparently he's quite the handyman and can do the other stuff as well. So it's kind of nice. I feel like it's a little bit of a dig to Kody for Christine to be down there and say, I want to do this and I want that. I'd like a bedroom. I'd like a whole bathroom here. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. Kody wouldn't even know how to pick up a phone and call somebody to do it. He made it sound like it was going to take him 6 months to find out how to get an appraiser. And he didn't think that they even had them in Flagstaff. Remember that? Like the man's completely incompetent.
Me to know and all of us to know like what the property is worth, like different parts of it.
Gosh, this. I mean, we have to have somebody who's a land appraiser.
No, I'm sure they have those in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Is there a problem? I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't
we've got
understand
4
the
partners
incline.
that all have different goals. It's okay. I don't want to do appraisals. Maybe I have to. I don't want to talk to lawyers about it. I just, it's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not interested in doing anything.
But build a room? You can't even cut down a tree.
Okay, it's rolling the direction I want. Go, come on!
And as one of the sister friends this evening pointed out, based on the preview for next week, he also cannot drive a four-wheeler. All right, so back to Christine and David. There's not much to say about this. She just surprisingly happens to bring up, I meant to talk to you about the fact that I was a basement wife. Wouldn't you know, as we're in the basement? It's awkward and uncomfortable to watch. A little bit of bad acting. Not as bad as Robin and Cody's bad acting, but like, it's just, it feels very, Janelle and Maddie did a really good job. That whole scene was set up too. You know that Maddie had that conversation with Janelle already about the fact that she was going to go to the AUB leaders and ask for a release. But Maddie just pulls it off like a champ. She just has this natural reaction and she does not overreact, and Janelle does not overreact. Christine, Cody, Robin, overactors.
And then this could be like its own apartment. I have to tell you, this was the craziest thing I was thinking about the other day.
Oh, please.
I used to be a basement wife. In polygamy, there's a term, basement wife.
We know.
So she does a whole basement wife conversation, which we have talked about 20 times in the past 2 or 3 years. So we don't need to go over it again. The one new piece of information that we did get from it, though, is Christine chose to be the basement wife. So there was a lot of complaining about being the basement wife. And I really did feel sorry for her being the basement wife. It did feel like, oh, you kind of got stuck down there. It really wasn't a basement. It really was a 3-bedroom apartment that was built to be a 3-bedroom apartment. It wasn't a basement that was transformed into an apartment. The house was built that way.
Janelle had more kids and there was only 2 bedrooms upstairs, maybe 3 bedrooms upstairs where Meri was. So it just worked to have me have that. It just worked. I was one. The last time we lived in Lehigh, and I really honestly felt like it.
Did you do rock, paper, scissors to figure out who's going to be in the basement?
No, true story, I volunteered.
Wow.
At any rate, her apartment, Meri's on top. So I have a little less sympathy now for her in that she wasn't shoved in the basement, which is the implication that I've always had in the past. It's nice of her to admit that, though. I will say kudos to Christine. I feel like we're getting a little bit more honesty out of Christine here. And Christine has been very good at not telling the truth on this show. So I truly do appreciate the fact that she shared that with us. Give her credit for it. Christine goes on to say that Meri's apartment was above her apartment and she could hear everything that happened upstairs. Now, part of that was the fact that she said Cody and Meri fought a lot. I can see that. Meri was rough to get along with in those early years, for sure. Not even the early years, for many of the years. Let's be honest. But Christine's implication is that she heard even more than that, which would be, I don't know, because Cody can't please women.
Allegedly.
According to Christine's book. Just repeating the words she wrote. If you want to hear about it, we had many live discussions about it. Check it out on the playlist on my channel. That's Sister Wife. Moving on.
It was never, ever, ever condoned by our church for there ever to be hierarchy. So if it was happening, it was because people weren't being cool.
No, duh. Do you actually think that we're stupid enough to think that the church has a doctrine that says there needs to be a basement wife who's treated lesser than? How dumb does she think we are? She acts like, oh, I forgot she was on this one more time. Puddle monkey, that was unnecessary. Thanks for stating the obvious, Robin, and treating it like you're granting us with a wealth of knowledge. So that was her contribution to Basement Wife. Janelle said everybody was kind of a basement wife at a different time. We kind of all took turns because the term basement wife was not necessarily you had to be living in the basement. It meant you were underneath or you were lesser than some of the other wives. Janelle and Meri both said everybody kind of took turns. And we heard that at the beginning of the series. They often talked about how he took turns having a favorite wife. And if he got in an argument with one wife, he just picked up and left and went to another wife's house. And then she was the favorite until the other one would eventually make up for it. Maybe a few days later, whenever. But he had favorites at different times.
It's unfortunate that it's a thing, but it kind of is a thing.
I think in plural marriage, like, I think everybody takes a turn, maybe being the basement wife. I don't know. Like, I was the basement wife plenty in the early years, you know.
And Cody, too, just completely outright lies and said, no, that never happened. I wouldn't allow it. I'm over him. Let's get back to the good stuff. My new favorite city, Cedar City, Utah. Back to the picnic table.
You're joking, right?
She's not joking.
Take care, God bless, adios, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye, sister friends.